Welcome to Banquette Breakdown.
I'm Jack.
I'm Sarah.
And we break down fictional relationships so you don't have to. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Banquette Breakdown. How's it going?
Welcome back. We have another guest here. Very obvious because we have a giant in the corner. We have my brother as the guest here for today. So welcome here. This is Michael.
Yes.
Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. So I have a couple questions for you first before we begin.
Okay.
Have you listened to this podcast before?
I'm an avid listener.
Yeah, of course.
And
big fan.
Right. Yeah. And do you follow us on social media?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
All of your shorts.
Yeah.
Big viewer of those.
Sure.
Somehow I don't believe you.
Yeah. We exposed him yesterday because we were hanging out, and his wife, Hannah, asked, who has been a guest.
Yes.
Right? She asked him, what's the sip? And he went, huh?
Yeah.
So, very clearly,
obvious confusion. We were like, oh, you're not prepared. Yeah. But also, this is our first guest that has had a manager come. I got a request text today saying, I need to have my manager come with me today because I need to make sure that what I'm saying is legal and that everything is okay. So this is a big deal. Why did you feel that you needed to bring a manager? Like, do you have some really controversial things to say today?
Yeah, I think in today's day and age, you can't be too safe. So I have a manager that's in the corner giving me thumbs up or thumbs down.
She's just got signs. What's your lines, Michael?
This is scripted. No, thank you for joining us because we have a really fun topic today.
Yeah.
Jack, do you want to share what our topic is?
Sure. We are going to be talking about a very well-loved couple in the sitcom world, Jim and Pam from The Office.
Oh, nice.
And one of the reasons we wanted a guest today was because poor Sarah has not educated herself well enough to know what's up with The Office.
Here's the thing. I am just going to start this off with saying I don't like The Office. I just right off the bat, I am going to be honest and upfront. I dislike The Office.
Why are you the way that you are?
And you can't convince me otherwise. Even yesterday we were talking, together and you were talking about a scene and I love hearing the scenes from fans talking about it.
Yeah.
But then if I'm to go and watch it, I'm like, it's just not funny. I just don't like it.
Who do you think you are?
Do you not like Steve Carell?
I love Steve Carell, but, some stuff.
I have flaws. What are they? Oh, I don't know. I sing in the shower. Sometimes I spend too much time volunteering. Occasionally I'll hit somebody with my car.
Yeah.
Some of the stuff I like him in.
Do you not like cringe humor? Because that's kind of what the show is.
I don't like that humor.
Yeah.
But
it's all just about being awkward.
Yeah.
Like everything
but
is awkward.
Parks and Rec I like better than The Office. I think that the humor is maybe a little bit different, but it is kind of similar. But I just don't like the humor style. To me it's just this doesn't make any sense. It's just not funny to me. I watch it and I'm like, I just don't get it. It feels like an inside joke that everybody else that everybody thinks is funny that's on the inside joke. When you're watching a home video or something and
it's not funny
it's just not funny to anybody else.
Well, and
that's kind of what it feels like to me.
This is funny too because this is kind of how I feel about Taylor Swift. I feel like everyone's in on something and I don't get it.
It's because it's a cult.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Manager, is that okay?
I'm so glad you're here, Mike.
Oh man. Okay, I think we need to stop now. I think this is it. I think
Oh my goodness.
I don't know. Are we gonna be able to make it through this? Come on.
Yes.
T-Swift haters, Office hater. Wow. Anyways, this is gonna be a chaotic episode because obviously having siblings together is, that's a hot take right there when you're like, are they gonna fight? Yeah.
See, but at least you'll be asking the questions this time, kind of similar to what we did with the Friends episode, because I'd seen Friends, but not very much. And so I was talking to you and Hannah. That's kind of going to be the case. Like, you're going to be asking us questions, so we'll be conversing about it more. Yeah. Which is maybe a safer bet. Yeah.
Which is maybe safer.
Yeah.
Yes, I am going to be interviewing you guys. I have sent you guys questions. Yeah. But before we do any of that...
Yes.
Michael...
Yes.
What's the sip?
I am drinking.
He's scared now. Yeah.
A vanilla espresso that Sarah got for me. Nespresso.
Great.
With no creamer, because she doesn't have creamer. And cold milk, which then I had to reheat.
Okay. I showed him a milk frother. This has just been bad from the start. No. I showed you my milk frother, and
you said
like,
it was a frother.
No, yeah, it's a frother.
I didn't know it heated it up too.
Of course it does.
There's cold foam out there.
He's like, wow, this is cold, and I'm like, yeah, because you just put cold milk in your coffee.
And like a lot of it too.
Yes.
Like a large pour of cold milk. Anyway.
It's delicious.
Sarah, what's your sip? Let's just keep it rolling.
Okay, but also my sip, they were making fun of me.
Ooh, yeah.
I'm so glad we have, someone else to just...
Yeah, exactly. You guys I feel very outnumbered over here because most of the time these two are always picking on me. So they have very, youngest sibling vibe, and I'm the oldest sibling. So
it's true. That's funny.
Whenever we're together, it's basically like, oh, wow, lovely. Two younger siblings.
So loved right now.
I am drinking my bone broth hot chocolate, okay? Thank you very much.
Yeah, we actually made a little video in case anyone in their right mind wanted to know how to make it.
Milk and salt. So
we filmed a little video for you.
It's milk and salt and cocoa powder and a little bit of bone broth powder.
Yeah, massive scoop.
Right?
A huge scoop of bone broth.
Okay, but you don't taste it. Try it.
No,
try it right now.
I'm okay.
I think we're good.
I'm okay.
Try it right now.
I'll smell it. It smells bony.
Yes.
Whatever you imagine bones to smell like, that's what that smells like.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my word. Okay, Jack, what's your sip?
My sip. Okay. First of all, I would like to point out, if you can't see this on the video and you're listening on audio, I have a corgi mug today.
It's great.
Which is the cutest thing. It's a corgi reading a book.
It's really cute.
And the inside of the mug says pause and ponder.
Oh, we just saw that now. That's
but
so cute.
Pause is in PAWS. Yeah. And I'm drinking,
so
I guess I should say what I'm drinking out of this mug.
Yeah.
It's just a Diet Coke.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
very
and
basic.
She also brought her own drink today because what I have is just not sufficient.
Well, I brought my own drink and my own mug, so...
Yeah.
Not.
I'm just lacking today, I guess.
I was just craving a Diet Coke. Don't worry about it. Don't read into it, Sarah. Okay. Anyways. Jim and Pam.
Everyone, this is a day that will live in infamy because today is the day that Jim and Pam become one.
Okay, so I know that there's lots of Office fans out there and stuff too. So I've kind of gone through some general questions, but then I'll leave it up to you guys to add some details as well, because obviously I don't know those details. But I am curious because Jim and Pam, for me as somebody who's not really watched it, I've seen some episodes, but even on social media, Jim and Pam, they are the couple that people talk about. Yeah. When it comes to TV show fictional couples, Jim and Pam they're always on the list. So I know about them, but not details of their relationship. And I'm curious what your thoughts are on it. But first, tell me, when did you guys first start watching The Office? Mm-hmm. Were you guys fans from the beginning? Michael, our guest, how about you start us off?
I kind of started watching around, I think I was probably 17, around there. Mm-hmm. And I enjoyed the first season, but I think a lot of people think the first season isn't that great. Mm-hmm. But, it's not the best. it was kind of you got to push through it.
And there's some good, like there's only
a couple episodes, and there's some funny moments in it.
Yeah.
But you can tell that they're copying the UK version.
Yes.
Because it's basically one for one.
Yeah.
It's a different vibe.
Yes.
Well, but it's like similar script and everything too.
Yeah, it's
right?
like the UK's version. The first episode of the US version is almost a one for one copy.
Yeah. Oh, I see. Yeah. Okay.
So that makes it a bit different.
Yeah, they just tried to find their footing after that. I think definitely. The rest of season 1. But.
Yeah.
It's definitely a better season 1 than Parks and Rec season 1. Parks and Rec season 1 is terrible compared to what the rest of the show is.
Yeah.
Whereas The Office season 1 is still good. Like, you still have funny moments.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Okay. So you started watching in high school, and then even though, like, season 1 is not the best, you still felt like it hooked you? Like, you liked it? Yeah. And as it went on, like...
Yeah, it gets better.
And you've rewatched it, too, quite a bit, right?
A lot.
Yeah. Like,
it's a good show to have on in the background as you're doing whatever. I've probably rewatched it, like, I don't know, 5 times at this point.
Yeah.
It's just Gilmore Girls.
It is. Yeah.
Okay, Jack, when did you start watching
I'm trying to remember exactly when, but I'm not sure when I started watching it. I think it was at some point when I was at college, or like in college, I started watching it. I can't remember. It might have been my second year.
Oh, it was in college when you started?
Yeah, I didn't start in high school, I don't think. But then when I was in college, I felt like I had more time to like watch shows. So I watched How I Met Your Mother that year too, and I think that's when I started The Office. And I had seen bits and pieces of it before, but hadn't really watched through it. And I liked it right from the jump. Like, I was like, this is so funny. And then, season 1 it's a little cringe at moments, but, like, the whole show is. So if you're not into that, like, it might not be for you, right?
Yeah.
But honestly, it's one of those shows that I think I've actually watched it more than I've rewatched Gilmore Girls at this point, but I started watching Gilmore Girls later.
Right.
But it's probably one of those shows that my husband and I incorporate into like an annual rewatch because it's just so good.
Yeah, and it's so easy to watch.
Yeah, it is.
Like every episode, there's no like major conflicts really. That it's not one of those shows where there's like a season that you don't really like because there's a major conflict or anything. Yeah. Like there's very brief stretches where there's something big happening.
Yeah, and there's a good chunk of the fan base that doesn't like the last couple seasons because Steve Carell isn't in it really at all. But I still like those seasons.
They're still good.
I still like them, Because
They're
you still
definitely
get connected
not as good,
to... Yeah, they're not as good, but you still are connected to all the other characters in it, so,
Yeah. Okay, wow. So then... As you're watching this show, you can clearly see, like, there's different couples throughout the show and a variety of different relationships. Are Jim and Pam together at the beginning?
No.
No. Okay, so what's their relationship status in the beginning of the show?
I feel like the reason Jim and Pam is so popular is because they are the best friend that then get married. So they're like... For guys that watch, it's like that girl best friend that then you want to date. Yeah. And then for the girls, it's like that guy, that nice guy that's always been there that then you finally see as an option. Basically.
Okay. Yeah.
Because they start off as just friends and she's engaged to
She's engaged. Roy, who also works there, but in the warehouse.
Okay.
Yeah, so she spends all day, like literally... not very far from Jim.
Yeah.
They sit pretty close in the office as well. Yeah. And they just have this fun, friendly banter.
Yeah. They play pranks on Dwight.
Yeah.
And they just are they're the two like straight characters, like normal characters compared to everybody else. Because you got like Dwight and Michael being weird. And then you have them reacting to the weirdness that goes on. Yeah. So that's kind of their dynamic.
Okay. Yeah, they're the most relatable too, I think. Just as average people watching the show, you just connect them right away.
They're relatable just as people in general out of most of the characters on the show. Yeah. Okay, so then at what point do you guys think that you can finally see that Jim and Pam are going to be a couple? What was the moment for you? Was it maybe a different moment for each of you? Jack, what do you think?
I don't know. It's hard to pinpoint a moment because from the start of the show, like, yes, they're just friends, but Jim is very, like, off-camera, away from Pam is pretty obvious about the fact that he likes her, right? And so they go through a lot of kind of, I don't know, weird moments where I think both of them are sensing that there's something more than just a friendship between them, even while she's engaged. But she's engaged, so there's just always this roadblock, right? So they come up to this point where they're like, oh, we're really close, and then they kind of take a bit of a step back, and then that happens a lot.
Yeah.
So it's hard to pinpoint a moment, but then I think once they get together, you just know, you're like, that's it for them. Like, they're together for good. Yeah.
Yeah, I would agree. There's no real moment, because of the way it's presented where Jim just likes her pretty straight up in the side interviews they do.
Yeah.
And then it's just kind of the journey of when will it happen. I mean, they kind of play a little bit late in like that season. I think it's like that season 3-4 area where they kind of like, because he's dating I can't remember her name, but from the other branch.
Yeah, Karen.
But, yeah, because then he's dating somebody, because he dates a couple random people throughout the show.
Yeah.
But then that's one where it's a bit more serious, and you're like, oh, maybe. But then they eventually end up together. So it's kind of just like you go on a journey of when is it going to happen? Not so much this is the moment it happens.
Yeah. Okay. And one of kind of the key points for their relationship, I would say, is that he expresses his interest in her. And then kind of as a result of that, ends up moving to a different branch because he is like, well, if this isn't going to happen because she's engaged, right? Then he ends up moving
and it's actually pretty quick, almost like when you think about it, because I'm pretty sure it's the end of season 1 or 2 is the booze cruise. I think it's 2.
I think it's 2, yeah.
And that's when he tells Michael. He confides that he has a crush on Pam.
Yeah.
And then in that episode, Roy kind of like because they've been engaged for like 4 years.
Oh yeah.
So he's like, we're gonna get re-engaged and we're gonna do it. We're gonna set a wedding date.
Yeah.
So then Jim kind of confides in Michael like, oh, I've had a crush on her or whatever.
Yeah.
And then he realizes that was the worst person to confide in.
And then they like set a wedding date and stuff, and Jim just kind of goes like, well, I can't be around this for much longer.
So then there's that kind of dynamic.
Yeah. And then when he's at the other branch, that's where he meets Karen. But then that branch ends up closing, and they both end up back at the Scranton branch.
Okay.
And so then they're together for a while, but like he's being really weird in that relationship once he's back, because he's like, oh, I don't want to move in with you. Like there's lots of, you can tell he's still.
And there's that big moment just before they move off where he kisses her.
Yes.
Like just before the actual wedding is supposed to happen.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's kind of the moment, because I think that's the end of that season.
Yeah.
And then the next season, he's in that other branch. So it's kind of, they do you could find it frustrating, but they do a good job of leading people on of when is this going to happen, because they constantly tease it, and then they go away and they're not together. So.
Okay. And that's why I say you can't really pick a moment.
Yeah.
But there's just this constant like pull. They're like magnets. Like the whole time they're just like,
you kind of get the sense that they're end game, but you just don't know when or how
it's going to happen.
How long are they going to keep it going for?
Yeah.
Okay. So then what is the moment? Like, when do they finally get together? And like, was that finally yay, like they're like these characters are finally together?
Yes.
I would say it was. And what's nice is the show is long enough where what I liked about the show is that they do take time for you to enjoy them being together finally, and like certain things like that, because they eventually end up together, and then in that season they kind of initially play it off like they're not dating, but then the camera crew catches them getting into the same car, so then it kind of gets out and you're like, okay, they are together, because they're very happy in these episodes. And then that whole season is basically you just being able to enjoy them being dating finally. And they're like having a lot of fun, and it's fun to watch.
But their relationship, like in the office, doesn't change that much once they're dating, apart from you can tell they're both happier for sure, but like their banter's the same. They're still like, because they have that such like, solid friendship beforehand, that doesn't really change.
And if anything, it just relieves, I feel like as a viewer, it just relieves that tension of is it gonna happen finally?
Exactly.
Because then it happens and you're like, nice.
You can kind of settle in, and I think once they do get together, I think it was pretty clear that it was endgame. Like, that they weren't gonna just break up. And
Okay. So then, are you getting pieces of like their at-home life, or is it just strictly work throughout The Office?
There's more in the like later seasons.
Yeah.
Of like their
But for the most part,
Mm-hmm.
it is because like you see them get a house.
Yeah.
Like Jim surprises her with a house. He buys his parents' house, which is a little weird. I don't know.
It is a little weird. There's a clown painting they can't get off the wall.
Yikes.
But so they do that, and
Okay.
you kind of see that like when they eventually have kids.
Yeah.
You see that.
Yeah.
As well.
And they actually do, like when she has their first kid anyway, there's a lot of like, you see the behind the scenes of when they found out she was pregnant, and then when she has the baby. Yeah. And it's like there's a whole episode of them getting used to being parents, which is really fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So you do get snippets of it, but
the
majority of the show is focused on the office life, because it's this documentary is being filmed, right?
Yeah.
So that's the vibe of the show. Is just like
because I guess something that you said never really crossed my mind, but I guess a lot of people would avoid a relationship at work. So it's interesting that you guys said it really doesn't change how they interact with each other at work, but it just gets better. Like, because I think a lot of people think, oh, this is risky, like, and HR won't approve, and but like you can see that
well,
it
there's
gets
plenty
better.
of other relationships in the show that don't go well. It would probably be like, maybe don't or be more cautious, but with them, they had such a like solid friendship for so many years that it just made sense.
Then that's why it worked.
Yeah, that's why it worked.
Yeah. Okay, so one of the things that I was seeing a lot of comments on is the wedding episode. And just what are some, tell us what happens in the wedding episode.
You can't just start with the wedding episode. Because there's the like, they get married in Niagara Falls, so there's like travel to the wedding.
Oh, I
have
see.
a whole thing.
It's a
and
whole
she's pregnant.
Oh, yes.
And she's not. She doesn't want her great grandma. Is it great grandma or grandma?
I think I can't remember.
It's one of the two, but she doesn't want her to know because she's very conservative. So they're like, we gotta keep it under wraps.
And then they're telling everyone, because they invite like everyone from the office. They're telling everyone like, be so careful, don't say anything. And then Jim's the one who ends up spoiling it.
And there's a funny joke because he becomes a manager at this point as well as Michael. So there's a joke where it's like, oh, as soon as you become a manager, do you just start saying dumb things? And Michael's like, I haven't noticed that. It's like, that's great.
Well, and then there's this whole like side plot where the night before they're partying and Andy hurts himself and ends up spending the night with Pam because she has to take him to the hospital because she's the only one who's sober and like has the worst night.
So it's chaotic.
It is
totally chaotic.
Yeah.
And you would expect nothing less at this point.
Yes.
Especially
Kevin doesn't have his shoes. They take it away because it's so smelly. So he's wearing Kleenexes on his feet.
His Kleenex box shoes.
That's great.
And then at the end of the episode, he takes them off and he's like, the Kleenex shoes were a great conversation starter and I got 6 numbers. One more and I would have had a whole phone number. And then he takes off his shoes in the hotel and he's like, but these dogs are barking, and he like puts his feet in the communal ice thing. It's so funny.
Yeah, it's great.
Oh my goodness, cringy.
But the actual wedding episode is funny because they end up, there was that whole trend of like, I guess like what would you call it? Like
the dance thing that they do? Yeah, they're, I guess at the time, because sometimes they incorporate trends that are happening.
Right.
They did one, like their cold opens, they did a planking trend.
Yeah.
Because they referenced that.
And parkour.
And then parkour.
And,
So then they did some sort of trend where you do like it's like a dance down the aisle.
Yeah, and like everyone starts dancing. Like,
so that kind of happens.
Yeah, and then they're just standing at the front laughing because they were like, I guess we were expecting this or what.
Yeah. And what's nice about that episode is it kind of, because the big, I guess, conflict of it is just they're overwhelmed.
Yeah.
Like, especially Pam, especially with what happened the night before. But, so she's kind of overwhelmed. So then they actually leave their own wedding. And everybody's waiting for them, thinking that, they ran off, they got scared or whatever. But they're actually getting married at Niagara Falls.
So they get married, on a boat.
Okay.
As like a backup.
And you find that out at the end.
Yes.
And then it's funny because Jim has this moment where he's like, that was kind of always the plan.
Yeah.
Like, we knew something was
going to happen.
Yeah. And he says it was plan B and then plan A was marrying her way like earlier or something like that, he says, which is cute.
So it's kind of a good episode of showing because like what Jim's good at and what Pam's good at, because Jim is good at, and that's kind of his character has been taking the whatever's going on that goes wrong and making it better.
Yeah.
So that kind of is what that shows, and then Pam's able to go along with it and is more
And I feel like, because she's not that spontaneous of a person.
Yeah.
Most of the time. But I think with him, she's able to trust him enough to be like, okay, I'll do what you're saying we should do.
Yeah. Do you think, like, are there times where they, like, things get tough and they, like, do they ever show them fighting or, like, working through conflict or things like that?
Yeah, there's a couple times.
Yeah.
There's the one more kind of jokey time is when Michael dates Pam's mom.
Oh, yes.
And Jim knows about it without Pam knowing, and then Pam knows, and then she finds out Jim knew beforehand, and she's a little mad at him, which is kind of a funny one.
Oh my goodness.
But that one's not as serious, it's more just jokes.
Yeah.
But the more serious one is later on when Jim wants to move to, is it Seattle? Philadelphia.
Yeah.
To do, because he's trying to, because this is the point in the show where they're a lot farther in.
Right.
Yeah.
And he's wanting to do more with his career. So him and a couple other people in the office want to try to start up a business with its like sports management or something like or social media or something.
It's a couple people from the office, but then a couple people from his like college days, I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But then he does it without telling her, basically.
Yes.
He kind of gets it going. So then that pulls a lot of like a difficulty on their relationship because obviously she didn't know.
Well,
and she already has a kid as
they
well.
had 2 kids at this point.
That's right, because she had the other one already.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of tension with that. And that's kind of, I've actually kind of more behind the scenes stuff. There has been talks about the actor for Jim didn't want, because there was rumors to be like there would actually be a cheating scandal to happen.
Oh, interesting.
But then he pushed really hard against that because it didn't make sense for their characters.
Yeah.
So then they didn't do that because there is like that episode where he's doing that business trip and there's this new girl, Kathy, that tries to stay in his room and he kind of shoos her off with Dwight.
Yeah.
But apparently behind the scenes they were supposed to actually have a scandal, but then he pushed against it, which is interesting. So.
I didn't know that actually.
Yeah. And do you think that like that was a good choice? Like that's their
characters. It wouldn't have made sense at all.
It would have felt like one of those things they just did for the drama.
Yeah.
Especially at that point because that's when Michael was gone. So then it would have been like, oh, they're just trying to do it for the attention and stuff.
Well, it kind of reminds me of some stuff that happens in How I Met Your Mother, and I feel like a lot of those things, like some of the conflict, you're like this just is to just stir up drama. It doesn't make sense.
Especially for Jim's character, who's been trying to get with Pam for this whole time. Like that would betray his character completely. I feel like.
I do think the way they ended up handling the conflict in the show was not bad though, because they showed the reality of what their situation, like it would have put strain on their relationship because basically what ends up happening is he takes this new job, he ends up working part-time out in Philly and then part-time at home. And so he's constantly away from home. She's got 2 kids and she's working full time. Like it's a lot for her. And it just puts a lot of strain on their relationship because he's missing these like pivotal parts of his kids' lives and her life. And she's just feeling like, well, you kind of left me here and I didn't get a huge say in this.
And that's the big part about it too, is that it was not talked about between the two of them at all.
Right.
So
there wasn't any
just
communication.
Like, she just had to deal with it. So.
And then he ends up giving up the job and staying at the office job in Scranton with her for the sake of their relationship. And then kind of, I think it's at the very end, she...
the manager and Millie are fighting.
It's so funny.
At the end of the show, she ends up selling their house and surprising him and giving him an opportunity to reconnect with this company that are moving to like
they're expanding now because they've done really well.
So she ends up making kind of that sacrifice for him, I guess, which is kind of a neat way that they end it. But and because it was that was probably the most like hate Pam got during the show's runtime from fans was this whole event that happened, which I don't think is fair. I feel like it's definitely on Jim more, but a lot of people hated Pam for her the way she handled it, which again, she didn't know she had kids at home. So it's like, but I think fans just kind of hated on her because Jim has been always like the good character and the very
whole
lovable
time.
guy.
Right.
Yeah. So then they're like, oh, he's, she's making him upset, and because then they're not obviously like the same characters. They're not as happy and like jokey and stuff. So people didn't like that as much.
Yeah.
But I don't think that's justifiable, because like she's dealing with the fact that he's now gone all the time. Like he's missing things for his kids. He's missing his kids' dance recital, and like getting mad at her for not recording, and like all this stuff is happening, and it's like that's not on her for how she reacted for it.
Well, then I think fans also kind of hate it. There's this moment where she's painting a mural.
A mural.
There's a moment where she's painting I can't say that word.
Mural.
We having a stroke?
I think so.
Oh, no.
Oh, just give me a second. At one point, Pam is painting a wall in the warehouse, and one of the guys in the warehouse trashes it and paints stuff over it, and she gets really mad at him, and so she puts like water-based paint on his vehicle to get back at him. And this guy comes out and is like charging to kind of attack her, and one of the camera crew guys ends up saving her and steps in, and then they have this little moment where she confides in him and says, like, this is so stressful. She cries to him, like, this is just getting to me. And then she kind of... They almost made it seem like she was going to cheat as well with this guy.
Yeah, they tried to do that again.
It was kind of both sides, right? And then it doesn't end up becoming anything, but then you find out that him and his wife had broken up, and so then he like invites her out to dinner or something, and so there's a little bit of a side plot there too. Yeah. And I think fans didn't like that either, because they were like, oh, she's not justified in talking to this guy.
Yeah, and I feel like you can tell that the writers dropped it pretty quick, because it doesn't really go anywhere.
No,
there's
it
no
doesn't.
there's nothing that resolves it or anything. It kind of just ends. So I think it was definitely just there to kind of bait fans to be upset and like the tension of what's happening.
Yeah, but even though a similar type of thing happened with Jim, people were so angry about it when it was Pam. So I don't know.
Yeah,
and I feel like that's not fair for her. I feel like the showrunners wrote it, even though Jim was the one that started it all and kind of was the problem in that. I feel like even within the show, they wrote it to make Pam look bad, which I don't think was fair. Because at the very end of the season, they're doing like, now the show is out, so then there's fans of their documentary within the show. So they're there to see them, and they're like asking questions, and it's kind of like supposed to be a reunion thing. But even the fans are constantly berating Pam. They're like, if I had Jim, I would never get mad at him, like all this stuff. And it's like, and even though she's able to kind of defend herself a bit, I feel like even the writers were kind of siding with Jim. Which I thought was a little odd. Like, especially on multiple rewatches. It seems more noticeable. That's like, why is Pam the bad guy in this situation?
I think she was just having a very human reaction to what their situation was. Like, and she got the crappy end of the deal. He got to go work and be a bachelor half the time, and she was at home with the kids. Like, that does put a lot of strain on a person. And
because there's the scene of her... It's when he's doing an interview with some basketball guy, and he's having a great time, and then she's struggling with the kids, and it's like, that's like, you can see that is super different. Because a lot of people try to play on the when they're dating, and she's going to her art school, and he's still back, so they're kind of doing long distance there, and there's a little bit of like, not tension, but it's just the difficulties of long distance, and then eventually he proposes to her. But like, when that happens, I think people try to use that also as an example of like, oh, he did it, he handled it so much better, like she was able to go off and do what she wanted. But then my manager and wife made a good point when she was watching it, where that she didn't have, like, they didn't have kids at that point. Like, they were just dating.
It makes a difference.
They weren't even engaged yet. Like, so it's a completely different comparison, right? Like, the stakes are way different. So, yeah.
Manager, was he allowed to say that? Did he say that? Yeah, okay, good. We're getting the thumbs up. Interesting that there's Yeah, I think it's hard with some of those shows because you get so much feedback right away as people are seeing different episodes, and then the writers are like kind of scrambling, and sometimes you can tell from season to season, or even I think back at that point, how many episodes per season? Like, did they have a half season?
No, they didn't.
Or no?
It was pretty.
So.
It was a pretty fluid, like
it was like 20 episodes, something
right?
like that.
But did they have like a half finale? Like sometimes they take a break over the winter.
Oh, I don't know. I know that they did they would do like a bigger episode in the middle. I feel like
because sometimes that's when then the writers, I know for other episodes, that they would during the halfway mark, the writers will kind of like change things up. Like, do you feel like it changed? Like some of those things that you're talking about with Jim and Pam, did it change halfway through, or was it after a season?
I think most of that happened in the last season.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, most of
then it was done.
was near the end.
I see. Yeah.
Because then there was like just the very final season that things were settled and Jim was back in the office, and it was more normal.
Yeah.
Before that final episode of the interviewing stuff.
Yeah. I'm always just curious what the writers think when they get feedback then, and people are talking about those different things that happen, and
well, and definitely the writers of that show are very involved because they were one of them is multiple of them are in the
show.
There's definitely a lot of, I think they're doing a lot of tinkering as they're going because of that. I wouldn't be surprised. So, but also I think it's also one of those shows where it's like the side or the characters and the stories that they're doing isn't necessarily the point. Like there is it is just a lot of funny scenarios, right? And then it's one of those things where like overarching you see character growth and changes in stories and stuff. But it is just a funny show at the end of the day. So I think that they're like a lot of those scenarios are just meant to be making a funny thing happen. So
and then with Jim and Pam, I think in the midst of all of that other stuff, there's these moments that you catch like woven into the show of their relationship and those ups and downs. But it's still kind of a background to to a lot of the other stuff. So
okay, let's talk about green flags and red flags. We usually end our episodes with green flags about the characters or red flags about the characters. So if you're thinking about a relationship, what is like the red flag for Jim and Pam individually? What, like, we've kind of talked about a few in that scenario in the last season, but are there any other like characteristics that you guys would say are red flags for these characters?
Honestly, I think the fact that Pam was engaged for so long to Roy was a bit of a red flag because honestly, like, their relationship didn't really ever make sense to me. And I think even she knew before the relationship was actually done that she had a better friendship with Jim and enjoyed time with him more, but then still, like, for some reason just clung to Roy. And kind of, I don't know, I think, especially at the beginning, I think Pam kind of latches on to Jim in certain regards and is like having fun with him, knowing that she's engaged and knowing that she's kind of leading him on.
Yeah, I think there's definitely, you could call it like emotional cheating a little bit, where like she's with Roy, but emotionally she is treating Jim like a boyfriend at the same time.
And then once they're together, I don't know if there's like a ton of red flags, but
I would say Jim's red flag as well in the dating beginnings is using these other girls as ways to get Pam to be jealous. Because he definitely does that. Like, there's the purse chick that shows up, Rachel Adams, which is funny because she ends up like she's a big movie star in other movies, but here she is in this random office episode.
She's like a cheerleader or something that started selling purses. And
so he dates her just because, right? Because he's trying to make Pam jealous.
Because Pam is still with Roy at this point.
And so then they go on the booze cruise, and there's a funny interaction because she's talking, and he's like, I think she says, "Do you think we'll ever be like that?"
Yeah, because that's when Roy like re-proposes.
Yes,
to
so
Pam,
she's all like, "Oh, that's so sweet. Do you think we'll ever be like that?" And Jim's just like, "No." And she's like, "Why did you bring me here?" And he's like, "I don't know."
Okay, that's a red
We should break up, and then they just break up on the spot. So and like him with Karen as well.
Yeah,
like he becomes emotionally like dead with her essentially, and there's. Because you can tell she's trying, and he's really checked out.
And you feel really bad for Karen.
Because they make her look crazy.
Yeah, they do, but like, again, she's not doing anything wrong.
2 times now. Jim's the women that are with Jim that are made to look crazy, and he's not. But it's him. He's the catalyst.
Yeah. So he's the red flag overall.
Yeah, at certain points for sure. Yeah, I think as a father and a husband, like until like the other job stuff comes up, I feel like he's chill. Yeah, he's they're pretty steady good. And yeah.
And Pam's really good in that mid part as they're solid before he goes off for his job. They're both pretty good. They don't really have anything major red flag about them. It's just when they're dating other people, like before they actually ended up together, you can see that. Because then Pam becomes more confident in herself later on. So then those traits go away a bit. So.
And like honestly, even talking about some of Pam and Jim's red flags, like there are other characters in that show that are way worse.
Like Michael and what's her face, the boss, Jan.
Yeah.
The best episode of the show. If you're gonna watch one episode, just watch the house party episode. And just watch. That's a red flag relationship right there.
Yes, I think we need to show you this once we're done because it
just
is so
that
funny.
episode.
Just that episode.
There are a couple episodes in the show where it's just you could watch one episode and it's just gold.
You should watch the Booze Cruise too.
The Booze Cruise is great.
About it enough.
The one that they played with the CPR. And Stanley has a heart attack. That one is just constant funny jokes because that's where I think the humor in this show struggles in certain moments because you're like, oh, this is super cringy and awkward. Yeah. But then it hits a high note where it all is firing on all cylinders, and you have like Creed time. Where they're doing CPR on the dummy, and she's like. I think Dwight says, "What's his name?" and everything, and then Creed's like, "He doesn't have a wallet. I checked," and it's like,
it's just a CPR dummy.
But they've built up his character to be insane already, so it just works. Yeah. Or like Kevin dropping his giant pot of beans on the floor. That's a great one.
You have shown me that multiple times.
But that house party
Everyone
episode.
will get to know each other in the pot.
That house party episode is classic red flag.
Yes.
Even Dwight, he brings. Because Michael's like, you have to have a +1. So Dwight shows up with his babysitter.
From when he was a kid. And they brought their own food.
Yeah. It's great. It's so Jan was supposed to start cooking, but she didn't start till everybody showed up. So she puts a roast in, and she's like, it'll take like 6 hours.
And so then also at this point, because Dwight and Angela are kind of on again, off again throughout the whole show. Angela is with Andy at this point. Time, and so that's why Dwight, I think, wanted to come and brought a ridiculous pairing because he just wanted to be there around Angela. And
it's a great, and that's just an episode of Michael and Jan just throwing jabs at each other constantly. And it's so funny.
And even watching some of the behind the scenes, like I've seen so many snippets where they're like, how did they even get through this episode? Because it was just so funny.
Yep.
Oh, man.
So yeah, that's a great episode to watch.
Anyways.
If you're going to watch any episodes, Booze Cruise and House Party. That's what I'm hearing.
Yeah, definitely the House Party.
Okay, just as a side note, there was 1 year when Braden and I first got married, we were like, okay, we should watch all of the Christmas episodes of The Office for our first married Christmas. I don't recommend doing that. Those are some of the cringiest episodes
they're tough.
Of all time. And so we watched all of them in one night and we felt awful. We were like, we're never doing that again. We were like trying to make these cute traditions together. And we were like, we're not doing
those are the ones that you can skip.
Don't skip them. But watching them one after the other without
some
all the
episodes are way more hard to watch than others, that's for sure.
Yeah.
And not because that's the intention. It's meant to be hard to watch. But it's just yeah.
I just have nothing to say.
It's fine. Your opinion's irrelevant anyway.
Yes, exactly.
It's true.
Anything that I say is going to be wrong on this topic anyway. So, interesting. Well, thank you for sharing your thoughts. Should we do our fave of the week? Or do you have any last thoughts? I guess I should ask about Jim and Pam. Any last thoughts about their relationship as a whole? Or, do they bring any good advice or wisdom for us?
I don't know. You'll have to watch the show.
Yeah.
Sarah.
No, thanks.
I think they're good.
Yeah, they're good. Yeah. Honestly, I can see why they've become such a beloved couple and why people are like, oh, they're so great, because we had talked about this in the New Girl episode where so many times in sitcoms when the endgame couple gets together, they usually don't stay together to the end, even if they are endgame. Like, normally they have these big breakups and and even on Parks and Rec, like Ben and Leslie, they don't stay together the whole time once they start dating. And it's not because they don't love each other that they end up breaking up. Like, there's some other things with that one. But still, there's just always this plot line of, like, once they're together, they break up and then they get back together. And I appreciate that this doesn't have that. Like, once they're together, they're really steady. And again, in that last season, there's a few moments. But that's just kind of more like a real life. They've been together for a long time at that point. Like, stressors come up, right?
Yeah.
And they end up still choosing to work on their relationship and be together. So I think overall, like, I love their relationship. I love watching it. It's always one of the bright points in that show where even if some of the other stuff is cringy, it's just like, that's a really heartwarming part of it.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And that's the best part of the show, with even the other characters too, if you see, because I feel like they have Jim and Pam are the ones that you get to watch the whole time, and then like Dwight and Angela, I feel like they're the ones where they get together and then they break up and then they end up together at the very end, and then the show ends. Like, they're kind of the ones that do that. But yeah, I think that it makes sense to me why Jim and Pam are so liked, and it's because they're just solid the whole way through. And they're very like a wholesome, like, friendly couple. You know, like, they're always joking and having fun, and it's never too dramatic or
and
crazy.
Even their stress and their moments of kind of like, are they gonna stay together at the end, it still doesn't feel all that, like, I don't know, serious, I guess. Like, it's serious, but it's not at the same time. Like, I think if the writers would have broken them up, that would have felt really jarring. I think. But the fact that they stay together, like, it just makes sense. You know?
Well, thank you for sharing your thoughts, because I'm sure the fans will love it.
Definitely.
Everybody wants to know your thoughts. And I'm sure you're going to bring us a lot of views, so thank you for being here.
That's right. You're welcome.
We really appreciate it.
Paid a lot of money to get you here.
No? Yeah, we did. Sponsor us, please. We need money to pay for more guests. No.
Bone broth sponsor? I bet you they are struggling to find sponsors, so they could... They're looking for people. Unlimited bone broth.
Could you imagine? So funny. I wouldn't even be mad.
No, that'd be amazing.
Wow.
We could post. We could have it right here in camera.
Would you guys then try the
bone
broth?
Never.
No.
Maybe they wouldn't sponsor because every guest, you and every guest would just be trashing it.
Sarah would be like, but it's the best.
It is.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, well, let's do some faves of the week.
Yeah.
This is the part, just so you know.
Yeah, I watched this, but for the viewers, let them know what this part is of the show. Oh, shoot, I'm getting a thumbs down. I mean, yes, this part. Love this.
This is where I'm just getting trashed over here.
Oh my word. This is the most chaotic episode. So this is where we talk about something that we like or something that we've been doing that's like our favorite thing for this week. And it can be like something that you're watching or reading or
Sarah,
a craft or
Sarah
hobby.
mentioned the bookstore trailer.
Yes.
Okay. Last time, so.
Okay.
Anything.
This might be... I don't know. I mean, So I've been watching the CIA guy a lot.
His manager's nervous over there.
It's like double face right now.
No, I wouldn't. I would say...
A good one, though.
I don't know. We were watching the Mr. Beast games. That was kind of fun.
Oh, yeah.
That
you were telling me about that.
Just because you got very real people's reactions to losing a lot of money. Or they do fun stuff where, like, you have one person can send home, like, 50 people, and they get to keep the money. And, like, you get to watch, like, do they do it or not? So that's kind of fun. Yeah, probably that. That's kind of the only thing we've watched, really, this week.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. I've never watched it. Have you watched it?
No, I haven't.
It's pretty good. Yeah. Even if you don't like Mr. Beast, because he's not, like, he's the host, but it doesn't really feel like a YouTube video. It's more of an actual show. So,
yeah. Sarah, what about you?
My fave of the week, I have been reading a new Emily Henry book. Which one? I know, I haven't even told you about this yet. I've been reading Great Big Beautiful Life.
Okay, I'm still...
From last year. Have you read it yet?
I'm reading it.
Oh, you're currently reading it?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, we'll have to talk about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so far so good. I'm doing the audiobook.
Mm-hmm.
And
Do
I'm
they
liking
do voices?
it.
Some audiobooks do voices, and it's fun.
They do voices.
Nice. It's great when they have like a guy that then has to do a girl voice.
Well, and I was going to say this is a girl that then has to do a guy voice, and I'm just like, come on, you could have edited it a little bit different.
Right.
But
No, that's great.
I need to look at mine because I
so that's mine, because I think we'll have to do a podcast about it, hey?
Yeah, we should.
It's a good one. What's your favorite of the week?
Okay, my favorite of the week, and I have to look up who the author was here. But I recently finished a book that I kind of found at random. I'm trying to remember. Maybe I mentioned this already, but oh well. Hold up. No, From the Jump. Okay, it's called From the Jump by Lacey Walden.
Mm.
And it was one that I totally just randomly found. And it was actually because the narrator for the audiobook had narrated a few other books that I listened to that I loved.
Yeah.
And I just happened to like click on their name and see what else they had narrated. And I found this book. It was ready to borrow. A lot of the other ones I've had to like wait for, right?
Yeah.
And so I was like, you know what? I'm just going to borrow this one. And I listened to it in like 2 days. And I was like, this is so good. It was just, it was pretty short, but it was just short and sweet. And I loved the story. It was, it was really good.
Nice.
So
Nice.
that was fun.
Nice. Good faves. Good
Yeah.
faves. Okay, well, I think that wraps up our Jim and Pam episode.
Yeah.
And yeah, thanks for joining. Be sure to share your thoughts in the comments.
Yeah.
I would love to hear from my fellow audience members. For other people that also don't like The Office, please comment and let me know.
As if they're going to listen to this if they don't like The Office.
Hey, I will be sure. I will start the comment and I'll be like, hey, guys, like this comment if you don't like The Office. So...
Trying to promote an episode where we talk about The Office where you're like, I hate it, don't watch it. But listen to this, where we talk about it. That makes sense. Yeah.
Well, listen to this because we're funny. Like...
If you like bone broth, leave a comment and a like. That's going to get you none. Nobody's going to comment on that.
Please vote if you would like to have Michael as a guest again or not.
Yeah. He's giving you a double thumbs up if you're listening on audio.
That's right.
Your wife will just invite back all the time, but we've got to wait to hear from the audience to see what's...
It's like a focus group.
It is.
I'm like the first season of The Office. You know, it takes a while to get used to me. And then...
Well, thanks for coming, though, because talking to Sarah about this would have not been very much fun. So. Thanks for being here. Thanks for listening.
Yeah.
Let us know your thoughts and ignore Sarah. Watch The Office.
Yes. It's good.
Oh, my
All right.
All right.
We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to this episode.
Please like, share, and subscribe, and feel free to leave us a review.
Share your comments on today's episode.
And join us next time for another episode of Banquette Breakdown.